Hello, welcome to this week's Catch of the Day. I'm Ben Forte, the Director of Learning Commons here at DHSB, and he's very eager.
And I'm Daniel Shahin, and I'm an Edtech technologist here at DHSB.
Today we decided we're going to do a bit of a chat about our digital leaders, because we had a meeting with them this morning, and we got going, we got ourselves back into the digital leaders mode, so we thought it was a good time to speak about what we've done with our digital leaders here, or if you've not got digital leaders, what you could do to start off with a digital leaders team. So we'll start off with talking through like what we did. We've had digital leaders here for quite some time now, but recently we've done another sort of recruitment campaign to try and get more digital leaders on board. So to do that, we put a little like video clip together, and then we put that into assemblies, and then what they had to do is they all had to record a short video clip of themselves talking about why they should be a digital leader and upload that onto YouTube and share it with us. So we then watched through that, and that was like their little audition tape. And then we chose our digital leaders off of that. And this morning was our first meeting with our new team. Yeah,
and it motivated so much that we decided we'd talk about it today. So
So I thought we could talk about the sort of stuff that they have done already, and then our plans for what we could get them to do again in the future. So what they have done already is quite a few of them have been making some little like short clips on like how to do something, like how to set up your classroom in Google Classroom. How to send emails, how to do like PowerPoint presentations,
just creating like some tutorials for us here,
And then they've also like, given support at different events and stuff. So I met some of them at a conference at Plymouth before I worked here. So I've seen them outside of school getting involved with supporting the.
I know that when we have like productions on in our DHSB theatre, that we have them there supporting that as well. So they do a broad range of activities all across the board there, which is really good to see.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the major projects they've been involved with is that this year we moved away from our VLE, and now we're using Google Apps. So what they've done is they've worked with all the subjects to make sure that changeover, that transitional period has been as easy as possible. So they've helped develop sites for all of the subject areas, and even sub-sites within subject areas as well, so specifically for sixth form or for lower school, and even different key stages and stuff like that. So they've been a real help with that. That's been a really good process, especially coming from the students as well. I think it's always great to have that sort of input, and they've really gone above and beyond to help out our staff here.
Yeah, they've done it all really, haven't they? They all assigned a different department each, and they all went off and had meetings with the heads of departments and individual class teachers, and just made sure that everything was easy for them. They made sort of like a portal page as well, so that we could link every site that they built together, and it's gone really well. And we've like not currently missed having a VLE whatsoever.
Not at all. Everything's just been recreated, but in a more streamlined way for everything that we're doing, I would say. So it's been a pretty great exercise.
Definitely, and that's that'll be an ongoing thing, that as new people come in, as new classes start up, they'll still support that. But I think staff are a lot more confident with it now. They've got to grips with how to manage.
As you said,
new
staff come and go as they progress, and so they're always going to be available to help new members of staff, or even if you don't use something as much as what you'd like to, sometimes you don't feel as confident. We have a lot of staff that aren't maybe as confident as they would like to be, so it's quite nice to have the option of having someone there with you.
Yeah.
So
there's a good extension to our IT support team, basically, aren't they?
Yeah, it can even help me sometimes.
Yeah. So what are our plans for what we want to progress on, and the reason for recruiting more of them, I guess, is because we definitely want to carry on with that online tutorial thing. And we were discussing this morning over a coffee about just making really short clips.
Yeah, sort of like 1 minute, how to do this in 60 seconds. It's quite specific. The last thing you want to do is, quite often if you do go into YouTube or are looking for a tutorial how to do something, you end up with a 15 to maybe even an hour long clip of how to do this or how to do that. And you have to sit there and watch it all, flick through it and try and find, and it can take longer than what it's worth. Whereas like we thought earlier on today, like a 60-second how to do sort of feel would be a really good vibe for it, and would actually interest people a lot more.
Yeah.
Be a lot more useful, actually, I think, as well.
Just very specific, straight to the point of the actual task you're trying to do, instead of this is Google Sites and everything about it. It'd be very like, this is how you add a photo to your page on Google Sites. Like,
I mean, we can tag and describe the videos so that we can put them into sections so everyone knows. I mean, it's nice to have a whole Word tutorial, but if we had a section of Word tutorials of 60-second clips, you can actually, I might know quite a lot, but I want to just know one thing, and I can just find that clip that goes for that one thing, and then voila. Yeah. So yeah, that's something that we've discussed in today, and they seem really keen to carry on doing it.
Yeah. So that'd be good. We'll get a channel going, get them all on YouTube, and share that out with everyone. Beyond just the school, share that with the whole online community.
Get it on our Twitter community as well. And so if you want to catch up with that, check it out. Be our guest.
In our new Learning Commons, which will be opening in September, we've always been planning for a space for the digital leaders to be in there. And we want them to run like a genius bar in there at lunch times and break times, so that any staff or students can bring in their iPads or Chromebook, any issue that they've got, and have someone there to help them with that. If it's just a quick tutorial on something, or if it's actually just as generic as like, how do I update it? I can't work out how to get the latest version of the
just general ideas and stuff. Sometimes it's nice to just ask someone with a bit of experience, what do you think? And it's quite nice just to open a dialogue with someone. So we just want that sort of that customer sort of facing side of things. So we want them, and it's a great skill for the digital leaders to develop, working with people and problem solving. So we would like it as a sort of a drop-in session, and also bookable time slots. So if it's something more specific, so we've asked our digital leaders what they are best at, or what they consider themselves to excel at even. So like there will be probably our experts in that specific area. So it would be something that really nice touch people could maybe book. I'm thinking about maybe like a project work or something like that, and you find your expert and you go and meet them for ideas and suggestions and some tutorials. So I just think it'll be a really great service to have in the Learning Commons. A really fundamental part of making it work and developing the culture down there.
And then recently I had a phone call, just impromptu call from a local primary school, who they're trying to set up digital leaders in their primary school, and he was going through a small recruitment process to get some on board, and he was really keen to try and link up with a secondary school so that we can get our digital leader teams working together.
Brilliant. So they were going to come and get some sort of like training from ours,
so I think they'd jump on a minibus, come over here, and we can teach them how to use Chromebooks or something, and they can take that back to their school, and they can be the sort of experts in the Chromebook area. And
again, from peers, it's always nice. Okay, I could go and probably speak to these students, or you could, or even their own. But it's quite nice when it's student to student. They probably look up to them as well if they're a bit older, coming from a secondary school. It'll be a really great experience. So again, if any of you other schools out here in the local community want to get involved in partnership with us, then don't hesitate to get in touch with us, because you can hear the sort of things that we are doing. So
you don't even have to come. It doesn't necessarily even have to be local. Like we can do this. We can do a hangout. People can have a little.
And again, not just primary schools. It'd be great to have some secondary school partnerships with digital leaders. Even that could probably lead us on to something else. I mean, it was going to be our final point, but we could just probably talk about it now. Is currently at DHSB we're holding regular teach meets, which I guess quite a lot of you know about teach meets. So what we're thinking about doing is probably a digital leaders meet, which is the same as a teach meet, but led by the digital leaders. So it'll be an opportunity for digital leaders from across the region to meet up and discuss ideas, maybe give each other tutorials on different things, help them out, make suggestions. It's just that open networking that you get from the teach meets, which I love personally, and I think that's such an amazing resource, an amazing opportunity. So I think it'd be nice to open that up to the students. So
it's great for them to share their successes. It don't always have to necessarily even be technology, does it? If they just, this is how I've been revising for this topic. Share their thoughts on that. It's just a nice way for them to not have They're like adults telling them how to do it. They'll lead it. They're the digital leaders. They'll lead the session.
And just, I mean, even going back to like sort of more like skill-based stuff, that maybe it's how to teach or how best to explain something. So those sort of skills would be a great thing to see happening at the Digital Leaders Meet, because they are that sort of mentor. So it'd be great to see those sort of skills also being touched on. That's what we'd hope to see happening. But yeah, we can really see that taking off and being a great venture in the future.
Yeah, definitely. And then the last thing we talked about was kind of going back a bit to like the online tutorials, as we did discuss maybe that they should do like a blog. Like we talked last week in our video last Friday was about different blogging platforms, but we think it'd be great for the digital leaders because most of them are very passionate about technology and do a lot of stuff in their own time. One of our digital leaders, for example, is learning PHP and he's building his own website, and he could be documenting that, and people might be interested.
It's like a little bit of story about his journey, so what he's doing, what he's learning each week, maybe mistakes that he's made and stuff like that. It's just that we spoke about blogging last week, so I'm not going to go massively into it, but it's just quite nice to document what you're doing and be able to reflect on what you've done and then pass that on. Again, it's opening up that sort of just that open dialogue with other people and it's sharing your experiences. And again, it's a chance for other people to know you and know what you're good at, know what you're working on. Maybe I could be like, oh, well, I want to learn PHP. I'll come and speak to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. So I think it's a really great thing for them to do, and links back to
I even said to the lads this morning, it doesn't even have to be that. Like, it could be they've set up a Minecraft server or they're building maps in Minecraft, like those sort of things that so many people are interested in these things that it's great to share. It doesn't have to be linked to this could
be the simplest thing. It's just something that you may consider to be like null and void or unimportant, but other people may love to read it. It's great to share these things with everyone. So that's really another thing we'd be really looking to encourage.
Great. Well, maybe a short one today, but we'd like to hear your thoughts. If you've got any good ideas that you've done with your digital leaders and you'd like to link up with us maybe and share some of those good ideas, we'll see you next week for next week's Catch of the Day.
Thanks very much, guys, for tuning in.
Cheers.
Bye.